Today I have Michelle Khol, the founder and director of MK9's Service Dogs, a 501c3 nonprofit providing a highly trained service dogs tailored to meet specific veteran needs at no cost to veterans. How great is that? Michelle is one of only 6 globally certified service dog trainers by the International Association of Canine Professionals, that's IACP. She is a certified canine athlete specialist and a registered nurse, wife, and mother to submarine officers. Her extensive expertise and dedication reflect a deep commitment to supporting veterans with disabilities through service dogs. Absolute honor to have you on Chezuba Talks today, Michelle. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Michelle, you're one of only 6 globally certified service dog trainers. That's quite an achievement. Tell us something about what this certification is and how rare it gets.
The IACP, the certification program for service dogs, you initially have to get your certification as a dog trainer. And then you have to do the certification program for a service dog trainer. Requires you to have been training service dogs for a minimum of 5 years. And you have to take a written exam, as well as you have to do a video exam, which the demonstrations that you have to do are with a brand new puppy that has absolutely no training, a dog that has had some formal training, and then finally a service dog. And because you're showing what tasks that you are able to train for a particular service dog. And then that exam is evaluated by the team of other certified service dog trainers. And once you become a certified service dog trainer, then every year you are required to have continuing education so that you maintain your expertise in that field of service dog training.
Of course, a genuine love for dogs, of course, is a prerequisite, I believe.
Yes, that is a very helpful thing to have.
Non-negotiation. So tell us, how did MK9 Service Dogs come about and how old is this organization?
So our organization we received our 501c3 designation in June of 2019. So we've just passed our 5-year anniversary. Our family volunteered with Guiding Eyes for the Blind for 11 years. We trained 15 dogs for them that went on to do service work. My son entered the Naval Academy, and so I was looking to do a different type of volunteering with service dogs, and that's where, excuse me, the veteran component came in. So I volunteered with an organization for 6 years and basically developed their whole training program, and then made the decision to start my own nonprofit, because we do things a little bit different than a lot of the other service dog organizations that work with veterans.
Okay. So if you tell us the process here for everybody who's listening and watching this, how do you train, how do you get a puppy, and how do you match it with a veteran, and what is the process like?
So the way that our organization works is, first of all, we're 100% all volunteer. So nobody in our organization is paid. So everybody who's part of our organization is doing it for the love of the mission. So that's an important part of our organization. A veteran who is interested in receiving a service dog applies to our organization and goes through a 6-step process. After they have gone through an initial and supplemental application, we do an in-person interview. We do what is a home suitability assessment, where our team goes out and ensures that the home environment will be safe for a dog to be living in. And once all of those benchmarks have been met, and both the veteran and his support system and MK9s make the decision that we can move forward, then we actually go out and procure a 8-week-old puppy for that particular veteran. So our puppies are matched at the very beginning of their journey with their particular veteran. We've been fortunate that we're partners with a nonprofit called Project to Heal, which is based in North Carolina. And so their mission is breeding Labrador retrievers, donating them to nonprofit organizations that work with veterans and children with autism. So they have a screening process for all their puppies. And then because they know what we're specifically looking for with one of our veterans, then that puppy is matched at 8 weeks of age. Then the puppy comes up from North Carolina. We're based in Northern Virginia. And so the veteran then meets their puppy for the first time and their journey starts together. So our puppies live with volunteer canine mentors that do the daily training and raising. They work with our professional trainers that work with our organization. And then the veterans come in to our organization to actually start doing their training. At the very beginning, when the puppies are extremely young, our veterans are coming once a month because it's a lot for a little puppy to take in. And as the puppy gets older, then the time that the veteran is training with the puppy increases. Our puppies then at roughly a year of age go and stay with their veterans for a weekend and then come back to the mentor. And so it's a gradual transfer over of the puppy. But because our process and most service dog processes take 18 to 24 months from beginning to end. And so ours is a more gradual way for an individual, for a veteran to learn how not only to utilize the service dog, but also to care for a dog. And so many of our veterans have never had a dog before. So it's really important that they understand about the well-being of the dog as a living being. And so the veteran have different benchmarks in training that they have to be meeting along the way. And then at the very end, at the 2-year point roughly, they have a formal graduation. They have to take a public access test, and then the team graduates together. The requirement of the veteran then is for the first 6 months of placement, they have to continue doing weekly training with our organization and then do a monthly report. So we're ensuring that that transfer is going successful.
How do they come to you?
So a lot of our veterans are coming to us word of mouth from the other veterans that have gotten service dogs from our organization. We also are known within the clinician space at the local VAs where most of our veterans are being seen. And so if their mental health provider thinks that a service dog might be a potentially positive thing for a veteran to have, they are referred to us. And then some of them just find us doing a Google search and come up and they go to our website and see. Most of the veterans that come to us, the reason why they do is because of that gradual process that I was telling you about. But that also gives the veteran that hope 18 months earlier than another service dog organization that the veteran doesn't meet the dog until they're fully trained. And then it's a shorter transfer of the dog from the organization over to the veteran. So that's what they're looking for. Primarily they have PTSD. And so we're trying not to overwhelm them with the whole training process. And that's why it's tailored to each veteran and their individual needs.
So you mentioned that all of you are voluntary workers and you get funding from wherever you approach people. What are the challenges that you face apart from funding?
So our primary challenge that we have, and I don't believe it's unique to our particular service dog organization, but our biggest challenge is finding individuals who want to be canine mentors. So the way our process now works for our mentors is they have the puppies for roughly 4 months of that 2 year process, because we're hoping then it gives our puppies a lot more experiences of different living environments. Socialization opportunities are different, whether you're married, single, children in the home or not in the home, other pets that you might have. So we have found that when we have moved to that model of having our puppies move roughly every 4 to 5 months, that they're a lot more confident because they've seen so much more than if they lived with one particular person or family for the entire 20 to 22 months of training.
Just like humans, dogs also need socialization.
Right. And it's less stressful on the human side, because it is a lot of work to raise a service dog, as well as everybody gets attached to dogs. But we find that if you're only going to have a puppy for 4 months, that even though you fall in love with a puppy, that attachment isn't so strong that that you feel like, oh, I can't do this because how could I ever give it away? And all of our mentors actually meet the veterans, so they see the person that the dog is ultimately going to be helping.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Wonderful. Well, you're doing a fantastic job, and I would say a little enviable job too, because I would love to be in a profession like that. I love dogs, and how great is it that you get to spend so much time there. Last question here, Michelle. How many dogs have you trained so far, and how many veterans have benefited?
So we currently have 10 dogs that we have placed. We have 2 dogs that are currently in training. It's not just the veterans who receive our service dogs who have benefited, but their families, their extended families, because the veteran is actually now being able to get back out into what people call a normal life. They decrease the amount of medication that they have been taking for their disability a lot of times. So we also, as part of what I do, I'm part of the Northern Virginia Veteran Collaborative. So I'm out speaking about service dogs in general. And so we continue to have more and more veterans applying and reaching out. And if we can't help a veteran based on where they live geographically, we have a network of other service dog organizations that we can refer them to. So we never leave a veteran just hanging out.
Well, lovely. Fantastic that you are doing such amazing work. And like I mentioned, if I do visit Virginia sometime, I would love to come and visit you and see all the lovely puppies that are in training. And thank you so much for what you are doing.